Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for November 5th, 2025. We've got a Menagerie and Prosperity Kingdom today. And it truly is the week for annoying cards, apparently, because we've had Swindler, we had Smugglers, and now we've got Cardinal. Not like those aren't like the three most annoying cards. Swindler is the most annoying card probably, but still, it's a bit rough. But hopefully Cardinal won't be super relevant here. We'll see. So the first thing I'm noticing is that there's no trashing. That does actually make Cardinal worse. All right. There is draw, so there's Barge and Black Cat for the more straightforward draw. There's also Way of the Horse, Paddock. Hunting Lodge can act as draw, like if you can empty out your hand. But also here there's Village Green, so you can discard and then play a Village Green from your hand, and that acts as supplemental draw. Actions, Hunting Lodge, and then if pile empties, if two piles empty, Paddock becomes plus actions. If one pile empties, it just becomes internal, and then Village Green also gives plus actions. So there's plenty of plus actions, and there is a good amount of draw. It's just you got to get through all the crap. The actually okay, so there's, I guess supplies is a form of reliability. I'm just thinking like one of the things to look out for in general in kingdoms where there's no trashing is ways to avoid, just drawing a handful of junk and nothing else. And maybe the goal actually would be to like play a Hunting Lodge, discard the Village Greens, and then next turn the Village Greens. And that way, at the start of your next turn, you get a bunch of cards and actions. I mean, I don't know that lining all that up is going to be very realistic anyway. Paddock can also act as reliability because you can play Paddocks, get horses, and then trigger a shuffle and top deck a bunch of horses. Anyway, it is also worth noting. So we have a cursor here. If Charlatan comes into play, then Black Cat is definitely less impactful. But the other thing is if you're top decking a bunch of horses from supplies and or Paddock, then you're a lot less likely to actually have a Black Cat in hand to react with. So I don't think that's going to be super impactful. And then the only source of gains here is plus buy from Barge. Oh, Duration Barge. That's also a form of reliability. Okay, yeah. So we've got some stuff to work with here. Okay, so what to open? I think if I had a 3/4, I'd be considering Fisherman Monument. Monument in general is not like a card you particularly need early, but it has the advantage that here you can horse it if you need to, and there is a lot of terminal space, and it does help hit 5. On a 4/3, however, maybe Fisherman Supplies is better. If we go with the Monument, then it's like Monument Silver or Monument Supplies. I think I would like to avoid Silver entirely because of the lack of trashing. It's a pretty uninspiring card to put into the deck. So I think the question is, would we rather have a Fisherman or a Monument? And I frame it that way. Well, the other thing we could do is like take a Black Cat, maybe. Black Cat if we go Fisherman Black Cat, though, we can draw the Fisherman dead. Hmm. Supplies is kind of... Opening supplies is kind of... Well, I mean, I guess this is generally true of it, but more significant in the opening. Opening supplies is kind of like opening a duration, in that you would like really rather see it turn 3 than turn 4, at least in the general case, because you want to get value out of the horse. And so like if our goal is to hit 5, like if we don't see those supplies turn 3, then it's a fancy copper, which isn't great. But on the other hand, not a lot of better options. I mean, I guess the alternative is to take a black cat and just like pre-commit to playing it as a horse, essentially. Say like, yeah, we're not gonna like either open either Monument Black Cat or Fisherman Black Cat and say we're not gonna play the Black Cat terminally if we risk drawing dead. Yeah, I'm definitely uncertain. Definitely uncertain. I definitely think that, like, well, actually, the best opening here would be a 2-5, but between 4-3 and 3-4, I definitely think that 3-4 would be better. I think it's safe to say this is the worst possible opening, 4-3. I'm leaning Monument Black Cat. I guess the downside of that is that we'll only have 9 coins in the deck. So we definitely will not be hitting double 5, but that's going to be pretty hard to do without taking a silver, and at least off of this opening. And I don't think it's super critical. Like, certainly we can take, Fisherman, Village Green, supplies. Like, there is stuff worth taking below 5. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Monument Black Cat. Okay, here I will take a Fisherman, I think. I mean, is that better than supplies? They're pretty similar, ultimately. Fisherman is a little bit more flexible initially, because you can force the Fisherman itself. I think I'll take the Fisherman. Okay, well now we know we have the Monument down there. It should be Monument Copper, which means we're going to hit 6, which is not ideal. I suppose there's nothing to be done about that. All right, now what do we want for our first 5? So there's no curse trashing, so that's the argument for Charlatan. We can always horse the Monument if we have Terminal Collision. Alternatively, we could go ahead and take a Barge. And try to get our draw up first. I think I slightly prefer the Charlatan because of the horse stuff. Like, we can We'll still have like a little bit of potential for cycling in there. Double village green, interesting. I guess the bot, yeah, it opened supplies, but didn't see it until turn 4. Okay, so now we definitely want barge. We're also going to need a source of plus actions. Down there we have our monument, 2 estates, and 4 coppers. So as long as we don't bottom deck the monument, we're going to be able to afford village green. Well, or we can bottom deck the monument so long as we don't see both of our estates. So I think I'm okay to go ahead and take a barge here. Okay. Now, would we rather have village green or hunting lodge? I think hunting lodge. The argument for village green is if we see it with no actions, then we can next turn it. But then hunting lodge, we can discard our hands, so it kind of comes out to the same thing, except the hunting lodge cycles. All right. I think second barge first. I'd like to be playing duration barges. Do we just go ahead and horse the monument? The alternative is... Well, and what do we have down here? So we had 4 coins, and so we saw 2 estates last turn? Is that right? No, 1 estate. Charlatan, 3 coppers estate. Okay. So we have another estate down here. Estate, copper, copper, hunting lodge. Drawing the hunting lodge doesn't really do us any good. The main thing that we want to play the monument to be able to do is to afford another village green or hunting lodge. Like if we next turn the barge and don't play the monument, pick up a supplies, or we could just go with a black cat if we just figure we're going to play it as a horse anyway. I mean, I guess ideally, if we were to horse the monument, we'd draw 2 coppers and be able to afford a village green. Yeah, I guess like the worst case scenario is that we draw state copper. Well, drawing the hunting lodge or not doesn't matter super much, but if we draw a state copper and we only hit 3, then we haven't really accomplished too much. I mean, obviously we've cycled, and that has some value, but it and the odds that we draw that estate are pretty high. I think I'm just gonna do this, and I think I prefer to to avoid putting the stop card into the shuffle. I'm just gonna take the black cat. Plays a horse using Way of the Horse. Well, we can play the black cat normally. The risk is that we draw the barge and then we can't play the charlatan. 2 in 7 chance of that. Actually, it's 2 in 6 because we have a fisherman down there. I think I'm not going to take that chance. Oh, also the monument. I wasn't thinking about the monument, actually. But this is fine. Next turn... So now we have... Yeah, we can play the monument normally. We definitely need to take at least one more village. Again, do we want Hunting Lodge or do we want... I think one more Hunting Lodge. And maybe one more barge. Yeah. Like we have... Well... As long as we're willing to horse the monument, then the terminals we'd be looking to play 2 barges and it's Charlatan with our 2 hunting lodges. Yeah, I think that's fine. That is a better turn than one might have expected the bot to have, given the composition of its deck. We could just leave the monument unplayed again and grab another fisherman here. What do we gain from forcing the monument? Not a lot. I mean, unless we find a village green. I think I'm not going to try that. I do appreciate that the bot is just not playing with Charlatan. It's very considerate. Damn. Obviously, we're not discarding our hand. Question is just, do we want to play the barge or do we want to play the Charlatan? I do want to give out these curses. I think I'm going to play the Charlatan. I need to not forget to seize the day is on this board. All right, I think this is Village Green, Black Cat. It could be supplies. I'd rather be taking the supplies and closer to drawing deck, I think. I guess it could have been Hunting Lodge, but I think at this point, with 2 Hunting Lodges in the deck, I'd rather be adding the Village Greens. Well, okay. Do we want to play this now? I'm gonna draw 5 cards. I think we do. Surely we're gonna find one of our 2 barges, right? Well, I guess if we do this first, we have the option to discard if we don't find either of them. Okay. All right. I definitely think we can use another barge. Do we want to just take 2 more barges? Right now, we've got an unplayed barge down there. We have 2 actions left, right? Like, we haven't really utilized all of our terminal space. Yeah, I think I'd like another barge. Oh, there's a couple things to note here. One is that piles are getting kind of low. And with Seize of the Day, that's all the more relevant. All right, we're clearly horsing this. That was always the plan. Ugh! We just go ahead and horse the monument here. Like, where's our plus actions? Oh my god. we have... I guess it's only one hunting lodge and a village green down there. That's still... Ugh, okay. Whatever. Well, we... I would like that last barge. I would also like... like another village. You know what, actually? It occurs to me, we have Hunting Lodge Village Green down here. Maybe we don't want the duration cards. Just here. Paddock is going to get better in a moment here. But I'm wondering also about taking, like, Fisherman Village Green Seas. Is there a world where we could win the game on our Seas turn? We'd have to get 2 Village Green, a barge, and 3 curses. If we bought with those buys, which would cost us 6 buys. That's already a lot. We do have 2 unplayed barges here, but I don't think we get there. Okay. We could also go barge. Oh, you know why I overestimated my actions is because I did discard the village green the previous turn, and that made me think. But that also makes me wonder about, like, going barge seas. Then we need 3 village greens for 12 coins plus 3 curses, and the downside of this is that if it doesn't work, our deck is in a pretty awkward state. It's probably not worth pushing it. Like, it's not like the bot is in a position to end the game in a win on a C's turn, so... We could just go, like... Now, if we went Village Green Barge... Maybe we just go Village Green Paddock. Paddocks are about to get better. The bot takes the barge. It's going to lower piles in a way that helps me. I think that makes more sense. And if we happen to draw this Village Green off the top to discard with the Hunting Lodge, so much the better. Double check here. So we have, in these 5 cards, maybe we have a Fisherman. We probably do. Yeah, Fisherman, Copper, Hunting Lodge, Village Green, something. Hmm. Not sure. Oh, another barge. Oh, why did I think I didn't? I thought I only had the 4. Okay. So we actually did already have the buys. Maybe it would have been worth going for the win then. Well, we'll see what the bot does here. Lodge double pack. It did not lower piles. Oh, Do we expect to be able to draw back around to this? I guess we probably do. Do we want to put the horses into the shuffle? We have a barge in that shuffle. Let's see how. So copper barge, copper barge charlatan. So we don't care about the coppers. We just want to see the mostly we want to see the charlatan. We play Hunting Lodge, Village Green. We can play the barge for draw. Well, 3 actions, and those can be barge, barge, charlatan. So if we need to, we can play the barge for draw. And it will actually top deck a horse. Okay. So yeah, I think we... And unfortunately, we do have to do that. Oh, wait. We don't get to play the charlatan. And the barge. Only get to play one of them. Shit. Okay. We did top deck a horse. Yeah, I miscounted again. I mean, this is already very close to a win. Like, we can afford barge double village green. We just can't empty the curses. So I think we seize. We buy fisherman double village green. And now we should be able to just horse all the fishermen. We shouldn't need to keep them. So we only need to buy this barge and a couple curses. I don't know what those cards are. Probably more barges or something. Yeah. Well, barge, curse, curse, and a province for good measure. Yeah, so I think this is mostly just the bot ignored charlatan Don't know why it did that. I mean, curses, charlatan curses definitely hurt less than other curses, but it's still a lot of stop cards. It really seemed to be focused on village greens for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It didn't get a hunting lodge for a while, so it didn't seem like it was specifically going for the hunting lodge village green interaction. Yeah. It also has kind of a lot of black cats, which is weird. Like, it's not weird that it got them, it's weird that it has them. Like, I think that mostly when you're buying black cat on this board, you're buying ride. I mean, not like definitively. Obviously, if you have a situation where you can play it without needing to return it, and it's just as good, then like obviously do that. But I don't think it's a card that you like want to keep in your deck. In general, like you're not going to get the opportunity to give out curses with it, certainly, and it's not really how you want to be drawing cards. It's just not efficient, like as like a terminal action, like situationally, like when it makes sense, sure. But it's like you don't want to plan to be drawing cards with Black Cat like normally. So yeah, a little bit weird. Once again, we have dodged the annoying card and all. So that's nice. And yeah. The bot did get more Monument VP than I did, but it turns out that when you have all those curses, well, it's more than the Monument VP. Yeah. I'm not super happy with how I played this overall, just because I kept screwing up how much terminal space I had. But I think it was going to be pretty hard to lose with the bot ignoring cursing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.